Okay. I could have.
All right. Hi, everyone.
I am Elsa and
I am Maggie Guzman.
we are las mil amores y también las hermanas
Guzman. Okay,
Yes.
so we are going to, like, cada week or every other week, we will be uploading a mukbang. We'll also let you guys know if we're going to be singing anywhere here in
Yes.
Los Angeles.
Remember, we have our new single out. Se llama
Con billetes y oro.
Check it out on YouTube. The reason why we're doing
Mom in
this,
the back.
why we're doing this video is because ahora fuimos a comer el Cholo de Pasadena.
Yeah, and I know that this thing está todo, look at, tiene un hoyo, the cheese is hanging out. Because we went to El Cholo and we asked them for a box.
Because we had leftovers.
I don't want to cover your face. Okay, so yeah.
It's like taquitos.
It's like beef taquitos,
Nachos.
quesadillas, and nachos.
And fries.
French fries.
Like the fries are like super delicious there.
We
We've
haven't
never
gone
tried
to the
it.
market, so we didn't buy any ketchup today.
No. But fuimos al Cholo. It
Yeah.
was like super good. We've never been there.
Okay, they're so good, guys. They just need ketchup.
Really good.
I know there's something in the refrigerator. Okay, so this is our we wanna be sexy when we go work out look. So we'll put like light makeup.
Sorry, Maggie. This is
And
my thing, okay?
like
Remember?
this polonga blouses,
Yes.
the sports bra
With the
under,
chongo.
and like the messy chongo. There, mine just like all chueco. Cause like I have a big forehead. Cause like get more over here. Cause like I jogged really fast. I really know. We went jogging here the Montebello Park here. It's where my little sister got married.
I forgot
The
the name of it.
women's.
But we jog right there because it's like our stress reliever.
We have our home gym.
Yeah.
Here in our garage. We have a treadmill, elliptical, maxi climber, which she hates. 2 bicycles, weights,
The reason
and a step
why we
climber.
did that is because in the gym, have you guys seen like those steppers cuando la nalga se te va así para arriba y para abajo y para arriba y para abajo? There was always like some guy, like we would go to some gym right there in Downey. There was always like some guy behind us. I don't know if you guys would see him, whoever goes there. He was like in the back. He never had glasses, but when he would leave, he would always like wear like these glasses that were like really dark. And he, for some reason, he was always behind us when we would do that stepper.
And when did we
And
got
he
a
would always-
message on Facebook?
I caught him once going like this. I just kind of thought it was kind of like his face, but after a while, I would notice that he would kind of leave with us. And one day he told us, all of a sudden, he told us that if we wanted to go get like a coffee after the gym. And like he was real persistent. We were like,
It turned out he ended up being a guy that we taught in a quinceañera. The brother of a girl that we did her quinceañera, which he looks really different. We didn't even remember him. And he was the younger brother of the quinceañera that we taught a long time ago.
it was kind of like a stalker guy. He knew a lot of information about us, so we were like kind of scared.
And
We
he was-
decided to invest on like our membership.
Another reason
We
why
started investing, instead of investing on the membership, we started buying like our gym equipment.
Another reason why I like to avoid the gym is because I have a low immune system. I tend to get sick a lot. And I'm not saying that the gym is dirty, but I trust my own equipment more than going, everybody's germs. And I would go to the gym and I would come back with the flu. And there was a lot of people that would sneeze on the gym equipment and like put their hands like on the elliptical or like on the weights, and I was like, oh dear.
Or like we got that.
Yeah.
One thing that I wanted to talk about today era, I don't know if you guys ever got like this thing of like getting like a weird accent as you were growing up. I don't know if you guys have ever gone into like those phases.
It's all melted.
We were always like cholas. Okay, we were always like cholas, and we were like all cholas and all hard. But I never talked like a chola. By that I mean is like I never said like esa or like vámonos al cantón. Like I never spoke like that, and we were cholas, like we were straight cholas. The only phase
Well,
that I knew that I went through,
We were not cholas because we were never part of a gang.
but
we were
you get what I
cholas.
mean, right? Like the thin eyebrows and like I know I have blonde hair now. But
got
before I
burned
used to have my hair like really white, and my sister had her like super like red, and like we had like the thin eyebrows. But I never went through that phase to like speak like an esan. Like I would say pula, but I would never do that. The language, the phase that I did go through was speaking like the Kardashians. You remember that, right? I remember that I used to speak like all of a sudden when I graduated from high school me empezó a gustar como the Red Hot Chili Peppers, Blink-182. I started going into the space and I started talking like that, like you know, like like
It was when you went to PCC, no?
Yeah.
So, I was really weird, guys. Girls, I was like seriously. I was like, I would try too hard to like fit in. I was such a particular. I was such a weird teenager. I went through like a wannabe chola phase where like I actually really looked like one. Hasta que no, actually,
Uh-huh.
I used to wear like big pants and all this makeup when I was in like 7th grade, especially. My sister had this boyfriend. He was like, really was a gang member.
But he was like the
but
idol of everyone.
he was like those kids. Okay, he was 18. He was like those goofy kids that I guess the parents were strict with him, and he got into the gang when he was already like out of high school, and he used to go to Catholic school. And I was like, dude, like if your parents are paying for it for your education, how could you join a gang? You know, you get what I'm saying? Like
He lived in Boyle Heights.
and he
Chola,
talked, and he was from a gang.
and he would talk Southern.
He would
Go
talk Southern.
You would imitate him.
He would go, hey there, hi there, ho there, yeah. Like he was like, I would feel silly doing it. Like I used to like, you know, and I
would
would.
do the same thing. She used
That's
to
why.
copy him. She used to say,
No, yeah, but like now as an adult, like I feel silly doing it. Back then, I was 12 when I met him, and I was like, they were together from like 2-3 years, no? And I would copy him. I nicknamed myself like whatever his name was, and I would put little and like the name. I started talking Southern. I would say y'all. I don't know. Kids at school like they liked it because I was really like popular in middle school.
have you guys ever seen Single White Female?
Yeah,
The
that
movie?
was me.
I kind of thought she wanted to take his identity.
Yeah. So they're all burned.
They were called her little.
So I remember that I was like, is it even recording? Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I would talk Southern. I would use my hands a lot. Sorry. And then I went into like the hoochie / party crew /
You didn't have an accent, bro.
hood rat era, and where yeah, like I would go, what's up, dog? And like I would say fool. I would say cock blocker because I would hang around with these guys that like they were not even my friends, but like I just picked that up from them. I would just hang out right there with them with a bunch of guys. And what else did we say in that time? Fool.
I would just say fool, but I went
like, what's up,
hardcore.
dog? And I
went
had like a best
hardcore.
friend, and we would go, what's up, bro, dog? And we would do this handshake here, and like the joint. Like serious, like oh my goodness, guys! Hi, Sarah.
Well, not me. I didn't go through that. I didn't do the joint.
But then, Elsa, when this one here started going to PCC,
the Kardashian talk.
I was like the most annoyingest ever.
I remember that
my
I used to
11th grade
like-
of high school. My 11th grade of high school, guys.
I
got
remember
a job.
I was like, what do you mean? Como, like, what? I remember that people would speak to me in Spanish, and I was like, es que no, como?
Mhm.
Like, no cocktail. And like, my dad wears like a hat, sus botas. I mean, now I see regional mexicano, if you guys know who.
Es que de que
who
salía
who
toda
las
chiflada.
AMORES.
Mm.
But I went through this phase. I was onto the Red Hot Chili Peppers. We went to the concert of the Red Hot Chili Peppers,
Oh,
okay? And it
Jesus.
was like 2 beans in a bag of marshmallows. Si me entienden, right? I was like,
We were like the only Hispanic people there.
like, you know, it's like, yeah, you know. And all of it, un día nomás me levanté and I noticed that there was like a big nopal in my forehead. And I went back to
Be normal?
being normal.
Well, I have 2 nails that they're broken. So,
Y se lo pegué.
I remember that, oh yeah, so when I was an 11th grader, that was like the most annoyingest year for me. I remember that I got into a verbal fight with like, yeah, Frankenstein, with like the majority of the girls that I knew from like middle school, high school. And like, we were like a crowd of like 14 girls, and like the crowd broke up. Y me quedé with like probably like 3 girls. Me, the girl that talked like the Kardashian. I'm sorry, guys, because I don't want to say names. The girl that lived by the house. The 2 sisters.
How did you get out of the talking? It's just so hard to get out of it.
So, and I got a job. I got a job the summer before 11th grade, and I thought I was all cool. And I would get home and I would tell my sister, like, here, you want cash? And I was 16. I started hanging around with like this girl, but in the beginning, like what? I started talking.
You would tell me you want like.
No, but it was after so me and the girl that talked like the Kardashians, we became like best friends. She had just came from a school in West Covina, but she lived in Boyle Heights. I lived in East LA, but we were both attending Roosevelt at that time. And I remember we were so annoying. Like kids would tell me like, hey, why don't you go to the local house parties anymore? And I was like, I didn't go to that anymore. It's so ghetto. I would talk like that. And the people that follow me on Instagram could like verify that. They were like, oh, Maggie's so cocky now. No, because I was always like, hey, yeah. I would get like chips from everyone. Hi, Eric. So I was real like cocky, and I would say like seriously. And I remember that like kids would like tell me like, are you gonna go to the Winter Formal dance? And I would go, no, I'm going back to Garfield.
In that time, I think I even started dating some guy, Chad. Right?
Remember the
Chad.
Ken? We started dating these guys that went to PCC. And I remember that I was embarrassed of like attending the high school that I was going to at that time. This guy, he was down to earth. He wasn't Caucasian. He was Mexican, but he lived in Pasadena. And he used to go pick me up at Roosevelt after school.
Did he talk like that too?
Yeah, he would, because they all talk like that over there. And I remember that he would pick me up and he would tell me, really? Like, oh no, he wasn't down to earth. He was like, seriously, this is the school you go to? And I was like, no, this isn't my home school. My school's that way. And I ended up showing him my home school, and he was like, oh, it's worse.
Sure.
No, I was at Roosevelt. He would pick me up, and I would tell him, like, I would like talk so much shit, and like I was like, ill, like, oh. And I would tell him like, my home school's up that way. And I showed him Garfield one day, and he was like, oh, this school's worse. It looks like City Hall. I was so like cocky, and I remember like I didn't know Spanish. And I was like that like the whole 11th grade year. And then one day I just actually ended up going back to Garfield and became a cheerleader, and I didn't talk like that anymore. We became paisas.
We realized we had that nopal in our forehead. So like that was the last phase we ever went through. Like the speaking and all that. I couldn't believe it. I was like, really? Like, I don't know, un día nomás me levanté. Finish my fries.
Torca. I would say that.
So, I don't know why I went through that phase. It was like this phase where I don't know why.
Where we started
I don't
going to clubs in Hollywood with fake IDs at that time, and we were like real cocky. I was like,
Yeah.
we would go in
And
like this.
we were driving.
Go. We would go in like this.
And it was like I remember that we would drive a Civic.
No. But
Like-
remember, we had the Honda We had the Honda Accord first, and then I pressured you like, let's get another job, like something, and then we pressured mom and dad to buy us a Honda Civic.
But the Honda Civic was the one that we thought we were like, yeah.
Yeah, but it was like in the process, like Honda Accord, and then we bought it, and that's
But
when
you
we
guys,
came.
I don't know if you guys
In
have
the
ever
back
been
of the
through that.
license plate, we went on the Montebello Mall. We put "Daddy bought it, but I drive it." He didn't buy it. He
A
was still
Honda
paying
Civic.
for it, guys.
A
A
Honda
monthly
Civic, you guys.
lease.
I don't know why we went through that. I have no idea. I even had a cat that I love so much, and I named them Pepper because of the red hot chili peppers. When I could have named them something else, like I don't know, like something.
Garfield the cat, because
Vicente.
he looked like the cat.
But like Vicente Fernandez, like something.
Or Simba.
Well, yeah, my new cat se llama Simba. But could you believe it? I can't believe I went through that phase.
I was real conceited like that year.
I don't know why I went through it. Like I love the Red Hot Chili Pepper music and stuff, but I did go through that phase. Oh my goodness.
I like a lot of kids would like see us, remember? And I would pretend like I didn't know them. Like I was all like,
I don't know if you guys have ever been through that, but I remember that you were like that, like bien alzada, like the boyfriend that I had at that time. Le decía yo, I don't know, I'm not into like rap or like house music anymore. You see how I'm doing my nose. That's like how I would like talk to him, and he was like, like what happened?
we were like,
He would call me white girl, and I was like, that's right, that's what I am.
We were like, we didn't go to like house parties anymore. It's not that we couldn't go, it's that everyone hated us and we really couldn't go. And we would pretend as if we had stopped going because we wanted to, and we were all cocky, like, oh. And we had like this party crew, and like half of the girls got out, remember?
And I remember that when
we just like stopped, like we were like anti-party because we're like, we're not into that anymore. And they would go, hey cutie, hey blondie. And we would go, that's for little kids. And I was 16,
that's
guys.
like the nickname that we had when we were little. And I remember that me and her and some other girl used to always like laugh at the people that were like from our party crew at that time, because the majority of them were like from cities, like not from East Los, because we're from East Los, around the area that se la creían un poquito más. And I remember that a lot of them would talk like that, and me and Maggie would laugh.
And I can't believe
why
we
do they
actually
talk like that?
Yeah. And especially, okay, this is another topic that like I'm gonna go into right now after. Okay, so didn't you hate those people? Not hate them, but like I guess they were not. I don't know. I guess they didn't know like where it was like located. The kids that lived in East LA that we knew, that lived in East LA, because Montebello is all the way, like it's by Atlantic already, like where we would hang out, where we would hang out in John's, and we're from Good Life, that's still East LA.
Good Life was a party crew that we were from when we were like partying down, like we were in the housing.
So a lot of kids we knew growing up were from East LA, but like the part where like the kids start going to Shure and Montebello. And like they had, like les pertenece a la Garfield, just that like they want to better themselves.
Well, I wasn't sure, but because I had to, like, once again, as I start off my
we're gonna talk about that.
Since I got bullied,
the next,
I had to leave to another school.
Yeah,
and I attended Sure. Like, yes.
But it wasn't like for you to be cocky and better yourself.
No, I mean there is much wealthier people in Sure than in Garfield.
Oh yeah,
but
there was a lot of kids because we lived in East LA on Bonnie Beach and. Bonnie Beach, in between 3rd and Whittier Boulevard, Bonnie Beach, South Bonnie Beach. I'm giving the address. I don't know. Me growing up, I loved East LA. When I would hear kids, like we started like when we stopped partying in the local parties, and because I stopped hanging out with kids my age, like probably like my 11th grade year. No, but my 11th grade year, like I was done. Like that's it. Like I think that I feel as if I graduated from high school my 11th grade year, because there I stopped like hanging out with like the local kids, and that's when I got like the snotty attitude. Like I don't date guys from the same high school, and the guy that I was with at that time, remember I told you he lived in Boyle Heights and he just couldn't go to school, and he was a tiger, okay, me creía. But yeah, so the kids that lived in East LA, but they were so cocky and they would put us down because we lived in East LA, and they said we were ghetto, but yet they still lived in East LA, and they claimed to live in Montebello, and they would talk like that. Remember, we'd make so much fun of them, and we became like that.
Yeah, we started getting like these I don't know if you guys have ever been through a phase like that, but us, we did. We went through that phase, that white, like I don't know if I call it white, that Caucasian accent, because like I tell my sister, wow, the Kardashians talk like that, but the mom doesn't, and I mean she is Caucasian, so I don't know what to call it, but that accent where you say like a lot and you like do this.
We teach quinceañeras, and we notice a lot of teenagers go through that. We'll get like these kids where like we'll get there
And they'll tell us,
and they'll get us, hola, buenos dias.
Que onde quieres que
El
ponga
speaker.
el radio? And I'm like, pues onde tú quieras. And they're like, okay.
And their parents don't speak English.
And they don't.
Uh-uh.
They do the contract with us and the agreement, and they speak to us like in fluent Spanish. They don't speak English. And the kids in front of us, they tell their parents, Mama, onde pongo el radio?
No, how about the kids that go, Dad, which song do you want for the father-daughter dance? And the dad's like, háblame en español, ¿qué traes? And he gets all crazy with the little girl, but she keeps going. And
Once we
I'm
had
like-
this little girl that said, today I saw my dad and want Angel Baby. And she, like, we put Angel Baby in the phone. And the dad went, ¿Qué es esto? Like, he got all crazy. No puedes poner una canción normal en español, yo no la entiendo. I remember that we came on a quinceañera once when we were little.
I only came on in one.
I know.
You came
That's
on in
the
two.
one. And this best friend that we had, she decided to put No More Daddy's Little Girl.
No. She put, if you were to lose me.
Oh, yeah. If you were to lose me, you lose a good thing. When she put it, the dad was going, ¿Y esto qué?
No, like, okay, like, her quinceañera was in Betty's Pasta House in East LA. The Vibes teacher called in the man, the dad, and he's like, da-da-da-da-da-da, baile del papá. If you were to lose, remember? And as he's walking to the dance floor, he's going, estas son chingaderas, pinches choladas. ¿Qué te dije? He's all telling the mom, like, te dije que esta no es la quinceañera.
Oh, man.
And her friend was like crying, I went to the song.
I'm
And the
sure
dad,
everyone goes through this phase, but oh my, like I think back and I'm going, what was I thinking?
I was so ridiculous my 11th grade year.
Now I'm like, I went to a Cholo because I love Mexican food. I am Mexican, 100%.
I know, and then a year later we become, well, not become, but we start going to Spanish nightclubs.
Because there's like those ridículo people that nowadays they take DNA tests and they say like that according to them they're not Mexican and they're like 1% this, 5% this, 100%. I'm 100% freaking Mexican. My dad wears a hat, is de Michoacán. My mom too is de Michoacán. We like love like salsa bien picosa.
So my mom is from, is it a rancho or a pueblo?
According to statistics,
Whatever it is.
Atecucar is a pueblo now.
My mom's from somewhere called Atecucario, Michoacán.
And my dad's
It is a ranch. It's a
my
little
dad's
ranch.
from a ranch called Torcasas, Michoacán.
Yeah. Even back then, I would say, my parents are from Zamora. Like,
You know
not.
what? I even said once, my dad is from Michigan.
I would say that. You're making fun of me. Okay, so.
And now I'm like 100%
But us
orgullosa de ser mexicana.
Remember remember when we would go to the fake 18 and over nightclubs like Florentine Gardens and all that, and when you would go to PCC, I remember that a lot of people would tell us, "Where do you girls live?" And we would say Montebello. Oh my goodness.
I don't know why. Now I'm like so orgullosa to be Mexican. And
Born and raised. She makes fun of me, okay?
she was born in Boyle Heights but raised in East LA.
I was born in General
I am
Hospital.
so glad to be raised in East Los Angeles. Completely.
But who cares? You were born in Torrance. So, we went through that little phase.
Are you gonna eat them all?
Yeah. I'm not. I eat really slow. I already ate one quesadilla. You could eat yours.
Which one is it?
That one. Okay. What do you think about the Eduardo Yanez incident?
I have no comment on that, to be honest.
Why?
I don't know. I'm not even sure what happened, so I can't really say. I just like.
But you think he had the right to put his hand on the
Well,
recorder?
no, but I don't know what happened. No, I think they're all right. They're both of them. Kind of stuck.
No, I ate one already.
Because it's too big.
I ate one. So, what else can we talk about? Words we would say. Where's that? You talk about your first fight?
Don't even know the video. It's long.
So, my favorite nightclub, when I would go to Spanish nightclubs a lot, was El Parral. It was located in Southgate.
Oh yeah, me too. That shit was.
I was like so in love with that nightclub. For me and my sister's Spanish nightclub was kind of like a getaway from all the negativity. I think that for me,
Yep.
I was the happiest ever when I started going to Spanish nightclubs and I started being away from. I know it's gonna sound messed up, but when I started being away from people that I grew up with, I feel as if for me, it was the happiest thing that could have happened to me because a lot of people, were really negative towards me. So the moment I started going to Spanish nightclubs and I met kids from other cities, I just loved it. I loved the Spanish nightclubs. I loved the music.
See, me, I was going through a really bad relationship. Like I would talk about it one day. Like it was a horrible, abusive relationship that I was in, and I will speak about it one day. It was horrible. I went through like a lot of like verbal, physical, mental abuse that I needed to like find like this plan to like escape. In that time, my sister, like she said, she started like letting go like of all those negative people. Not because like I'm saying that she was better than them. That's not what I mean.
I'm not
just
talking
saying
about my friends.
I'm
not
just
talking-
saying
I'm
that
talking
it was
about-
just like a negative atmosphere.
I'm
Like,
not talking about friends. Friends, the people that were my friends,
just like the atmosphere.
they were nice to me, but we just stopped talking. But I'm talking about people that didn't even know who I was. I was glad to get away from them. There was a lot of people that didn't even know me, and
And it was like a lot of
negative.
negativity, you know. And when she started hanging out with this girl that like she knew her since like she was very little, but this girl like started taking her
She introduced
to
me to
El
Spanish
Potrero
nightclub because she
nightclub.
was like, "Hey, what happened to you? Like, you have to get out again." She introduced me to Spanish nightclubs my first semester of 11th grade, but I kept it a secret and I didn't say anything until probably my senior year.
So she started partying with this girl first, and I was going through like this really horrible relationship. I was thinking like of an escape route. I remember that I was like, fuck, I don't know how I'm gonna do this. Like, I'll tell you guys like about the plan and everything that I thought about. So when my sister told me, let's go to this club,
You
I know that I was like, what? what does she mean?
Yeah, because we're like
Spanish
these girls that would
nightclubs.
go, ew, paisas.
So she took me to Potreros. I would just like sit there. I was dressed like really weird. Like, you know, like everyone that goes to like Spanish nightclubs, because we seen there now, like all the girls are like really pretty. Like they're real thick, really pretty. Yo, como I was going through like this really bad relation, my hair was like this. Alright? Like my hair
You
was
didn't have a
horrible.
social life.
I didn't even know what was up. Since he had me like this, I wouldn't go with the trends or with the makeup. So like I went to the Spanish nightclub with like this dress that was like from the fucking 70s. I got to the nightclub with this weird ass dress. Everyone was going like this to me. They would even call me La Tia because my dress was like, don't be stingy. My dress was like horrible, you guys, like horrible. This was like I don't know if you guys ever like get to the club and you see
Like
that
when you're
weird
out
girl.
of the social life for a long time, so you don't like really know the trends.
You don't know what's up, you know, like
Because we had stopped partying for like a while, and then we would go to like English nightclubs, and we would get like fake IDs to get in there, but there was still a lot of like,
but it's the
negative
same
people
but
that
see,
knew
like,
us that were
Spanish
older.
nightclubs, you really gotta like
And
go all
I
out.
was like 16 and you were like 17, 18 when we would use fake IDs, and I remember that people still knew who we were, so I was like, oh.
So like I kind of started like, you know, looking around at Potreros, and like this time everyone was looking at me like, vaya esta. I remember that she had this boyfriend that would call me La Tia and me decía que me acomodara because my hair was like this. After a while, like I was like all sad. I remember I would go to the
Luis?
bathroom and cry.
You
And
were
go,
calling la tía
what
Luis?
am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? But little by little, I started like being like sitting there, getting into it.
But he
I started like dressing up and stuff. I started liking the fact of the music. I remember that thanks to Spanish nightclubs we sing now, I used to like go and like observe like Los Dos Grandes de la Sierra, like Martin Castillo. If you guys know, I'm sure you guys all know who he is. I used to like observe them, and thanks to them, I started like you know getting into music. I started liking the fact of being a dueto. When we finally discovered Parral, we fell in love with it. Oh yeah. That
But
was,
no,
like,
but
the
we
shiz.
liked it with Jesse Orozco and Don Abel Orozco. And then there was the other owner, the one that was obsessed with you, that everyone would say I don't know. I don't want to get into that. But yeah, see, we got introduced to El Parral by the girl that I would hang out with. I don't bring up names. Like if I don't bring up a name, I don't talk to you anymore.
Barrancho by her?
Yeah, everything by her. I don't know anything about you, so I don't know anyone's current situation. Like I said, me and the majority of the people that I grew up with, we ended up in bad terms. So I just want to bring up your name. If I bring up your name, that means, you know, we still not talk, but I still know of you, or you at me on Facebook. So the girl that introduced me to Spanish nightclubs, she took us to Parral one day because she had like an agenda. She was like, Friday, Potreros a spot. Saturday, Parral. Wednesday, Rodeo. Or Friday, Rodeo. It's just that Rodeo, same thing. Like
Check out
people.
Our song Noche de Party. You guys don't understand the scene right there. Noche de Party, Las Mil Amores. Check it out.
It's closed down now, but okay, so El Rodeo, the reason why we didn't like to go there was because each time we would go there, we would run into people from high school.
Also,
And I
Farallon,
remember,
it was like the bomb. It was number one, Farallon. It was so cool. Ernesto, Don Emilio Franco.
rest in peace.
We love him. His Emilio Jr. Shout out to him.
So El Rodeo we like, but I remember that there was a lot of people we would see that didn't like us from high school, and there was certain people that like could never grow up, and they would still like try to, you know, start problems with us.
There
So
was like
I
a lot
was
of
like,
times.
I'm not gonna be dealing with this.
Like
So
when we shot our music
I just
video.
wouldn't go.
When
I
we
would
shot
tell
our
my
music
sister.
video there, I was kind of like, but then nothing happened. I'm sure everybody grew up by now.
No.
Wow.
Mm-mm.
We
No,
were
they
just like,
didn't.
we were like party people. Like it was like
When
we had like a lot of shit because I don't know if everybody knows like the house party scene is. It's
but
like,
it had nothing to do with the house parties because the girls that would mess with us were students.
some.
And some of them
But
just
some of them were
joined.
part of the house parties. And it's like, if like you don't want to go somewhere because it's negative, but Barral, I don't know. Like I never
encountered
with no one. I
negativity.
loved it. The owner would let us in for free. Banda Imperio used to be Banda Flor del Campo there. It was like
That was like our beginning.
I loved it. I met a lot of people there. My friend Henry.
Remember Henry? Oh, yeah, him.
Henry. I met like a lot of people there that were cool. We still keep in touch with the majority of the people there. Shout out to
And I know you guys seen my Throwback Thursday with Flashback Friday. That's where I met the guy that I would consider like my high school sweetheart, college sweetheart.
La tía.
But we met when we were 16 and we broke up when we were 20. He was from Culver City and I was from East LA. We met in El Rodeo. My sister actually selected him for me because I remember he took me out to dance and he was like, "Hey girl, you want to go dance?" And I was like, "No." And I was like looking the other way and my sister got him on the shirt and she was like, "Dance with him."
He was really cute.
The reason why she would have done it was because she said that I always had ugly taste in guys.
We met a lot of people there. We met our very best friend, Noelia.
Noelia, la mía.
We also met some guy que era la ambulancia. Because he would pick everything up. Shout out to Pasadena. Basically everybody that we still like talk to, we have good vibes with. A lot of people that we jam with now in the music, they're there. We met like a lot of people at Parral that like were like positive, and I guess anywhere that is positive, I'm sure you're gonna meet a lot of people and you're gonna make them like lifelong friends for sure. So basically everyone, El Cholo, what did you think of it? From 1 to 10. Right there we ate tacos.
Wow.
If you guys check out our Instagram.
I know now like the food looks all like melted and weird. But sorry, I almost burped. I got the street tacos and I got this. Well, we shared it. And French fries.
What is it?
I don't know, I think it's called the fiesta platter. What?
It has taquitos. It has
It
nachos.
has beans here stuck on the side. I don't know. I give it a.
I give it a Cholo. It was real good dessert.
Your head's getting cut off.
Is it?
Is it B plus or A minus?
It was good.
A minus.
It's because we've ate in other places and
Ya se quedó el frijol.
the Mexican food's not that good. To be honest, that's why we keep going to Quintaco.
Oh.
I don't know. I don't know what to tell you guys. It was really good. Like, I do recommend it for everyone. Get the churros as a dessert. Well, our new single, everyone. Check it out. Billetes y Oro. It's like una canción bien llegadora. Like, it's really good.
Alright. Are we saying bye now?
We'll say bye then. We're almost done with our food.
We're almost done.
How are we gonna do this?
Alright, guys. So, we'll talk to you guys the next time. We'll be singing another video.
Que sacrificio this
Que
week.
sacrificio. Be on the lookout for dates. I know I've been saying that forever, but we just haven't come to an agreement on the dates.
Yes.
New topics. Make sure to ask us, and we'll answer questions.
Yes, we will.
Domestic
Domestic
violence
and we'll
video.
speak about it. And one thing that I want her to talk about, and like I really like want her is like
Don't say something dumb. Don't say something dumb. I know you're gonna say something dumb.
but I could ask you a question. You could answer it on the next time. Why not?
Because I know you.
How was it to date a player when you were a player? That's what I want her to answer next. All right then. All right, guys. So stay tuned.
Who was a la ambulancia?
Okay. All right. Bye, everybody. Love you guys.
Oh, and we'll talk about a video how we both got ran out of our home school.
Oh, but
She
that
says
was
I can't get over it, but
she can't get over her home school. All right,
I was
guys.
supposed to be there for 4 years. They killed it for me.
I got bullied all my life, and her biggest problem is that she couldn't attend her high school for 4 years because she got bullied once. But she's gonna talk about it.
All right, guys. Bye.